I don't have another job. This is how I make money.
Really?
Taking care of my family.
That's reprehensible. The money she's given is there to take care of the foster child. Period.
Could we sit somewhere else? You would like to...
They're just dipping out.
It doesn't matter. I'll pay for it. You know, you shouldn't.
I don't need you to get involved.
I'm not getting involved. I just want to buy whatever you want, okay, honey? Order whatever you want. Yes. Order whatever you want from me.
Have you ever been in public and seen a parent do or say something very worrying? And then what did you do? Did you say something? Did you do something? Well, this is the topic of today's video, and it's from the show What Would You Do?, which is where they have actors play out a challenging situation. Then they film people just going about their day, not knowing they're being recorded, to see what their reaction is and what they would do to these challenging situations in front of them. And my name is Dr. Jake. I have a PhD focused on domestic violence and abuse, and I'll be offering up my reactions and commentary to this clip of the show What Would You Do? I'll put the link to that in the description as well. So I'm not sure why you're here, but I'm glad you're here, and let's get right into that clip.
But sometimes a family sees a foster kid as a way to cash in, taking the money the state provides to care for that child and spending it on themselves or their biological kids.
Really quick. So there are less kids in the foster care system now. As of the last 10 years, it's been decreasing steadily. It's around 300,000, I believe, now. So it's quite a lot lower than it was. I think this is from about 10 years ago, give or take. So some good comparison there. And then the amount of money people receive for having a foster child depends on the age of the child, the state you're in, and the needs of the child. So, and there are people who do abuse this system, but it's actually fairly rare. But
You excited?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, what does everybody want?
I'm gonna get the top hat sundae and a root beer float.
yeah, these are actors.
I wanted to
remember.
get that too.
Oh, no, you can't.
Why can he order anything he wants?
Because he's my real son and you're my foster kid.
If you saw a woman mistreating her foster child,
I only get a certain amount of money from the government, and I'm not spending it on you.
what would you do?
Bring him in, bring him in.
Here we go, here we go.
We're rolling at the Sugar Bowl, an almost 60-year institution in Old Town Scottsdale.
What would you do? Foster abuse.
This first pair has been listening in.
I don't understand why he can get anything he wants.
Because, sweetie, he's my real son. You're my foster
Mustache.
kid, okay? So I can't spend all the money on you. I just can't do that.
But I'm still part of the family.
You're a foster kid. Technically, you're not a part of the family.
I have to go to the bathroom. Is that okay?
Once we send Emma away from the table,
If you don't let her order everything she wants, we can buy you that iPad, okay?
Finally.
he has no problem telling Angela what he thinks, calmly and quietly.
All right, buddy.
Love it.
Excuse me?
Offended by the notion that we receive money from the government to take care of the foster child. Spend it on.
The girlfriend's just,
I'm
her
spending it
sister's
on
like
my
stunning.
son.
You spend it on the foster child. That's what that money is for.
Well, I do spend it on her. There's a certain amount of it, huh?
Exclusively. That's what it's for.
I don't have another job. This is how I make money.
Really?
Taking care of my family.
That's reprehensible. The money she's given is there to take care of the foster child. Period.
With that, they're up and out. We hustled to catch up with them.
Sir? Hi, it's part of a TV show called What Would You Do?
Well, I'm certainly glad that it's not true.
Why is it important to speak up for a stranger?
That would seem to be self-evident. We live in a
guy.
civilized society where we have to look out for each other.
But knowing how to
Oh
wade
my
in,
gosh. Oh, really quick. That guy's like, he looks like he might be packing some meat. I was thinking to myself, is he gonna like throw food on her or like hit her? He's probably packing heat, it looks like, too. He's got the kind of cowboy vibe. Maybe not. Wow. I was like, yeah, like, it wasn't even a big deal for him at all. He didn't seem, I don't think his blood pressure changed.
on a parent's treatment of a
That
foster
scenario.
child can be difficult.
So what are you thinking about?
The top hat
We got some
sundae
new
looks
people
really
now.
good.
Top hat sundae?
Yeah.
Can I get that too?
No, sweetie, you're gonna get the potato salad.
But maybe can I order something else if I'm still hungry?
If you don't stop arguing with me, I'm gonna put you back in the foster care system. Do you want that?
Can I at least get the Dusty Road sundae?
I told you, $2.95 potato salad. That'll be enough.
She
selling
calls
it.
over the waitress.
Could we sit somewhere else? You would like to...
They're just dipping out.
I think one child is hers and the other child's a foster child. She's threatening the foster child. Okay. Or taking for that child.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Oh my! Look at dear.
What did you think?
We didn't want to hear that conversation.
No.
Decided not to intrude. We don't want retaliation against the kid.
And if you had said something, maybe she would have taken it out on the child.
Get in the car and get yours.
That's fair.
Our family now settles in at the counter. But from her table, this customer has no problem.
Okay, really quick. I mean, like, that's a tough one. I mean, because their logic is that they're moving, they dipped out because they don't want to say anything and then have her take it out on the kid, like at home. So I kind of get that, but you know, I would feel like, because I'm assuming that what the logic or the kind of the policy is here is like they record reactions and then they get like consent afterwards, just like, we recorded you, is that okay? Or I'm kind of curious how they do that. And it sounds like the actors are trying to kind of escalate, you know, more egregious statements as they go along to get a reaction out of people. But
paying close attention to what's happening.
Okay, who's this for?
Me, please.
Xavier.
Can I have one of those too?
We've already been through this. You're my foster child. He's my real child.
Does she want one too, or?
She wants one, but she can't have one right now. I keep telling her I only get a certain amount of money, and I'm not spending it all on her right now.
And when Mom and Xavier step away,
Don't order anything, okay? And don't touch his sundae, okay?
she calls the waitress over.
Can I buy her an ice cream? You can do whatever you want. I get her whatever she wants.
What do you want to get her?
Whatever she wants.
Please. She wants to get you an ice cream. She said she'll get you whatever you want. Did you want what she got?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Emma thanks her.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Can I give you a hug?
what if the waitress is an actor
And we
too, or actress?
say hello.
Hi there.
This
How
guy.
are you?
I don't like
You were so kind to that little girl.
I feel so bad.
Someone would say, "Why are you helping a stranger? You don't know that child."
She's a kid. I had foster kids growing up, you know, in my house. And
You did?
My mom had 2 foster kids. There were 4 kids and 2 foster kids, and
So you
no
know
kid
what
should be
it's-
treated like that ever.
Just choose something under $4, okay?
Angela is at it
That's a
again.
good move. Buy
Then
the
why does he
food.
get it?
And this father's face says it all.
If you keep asking me, I'm gonna put you back into the system, okay?
He sits. He watches. He seems to
Probably like the most
struggle
egregious
to hold
thing.
back what he's thinking.
She's trained to
You have a roof over your head. You should be happy about that.
And finally, he can't hold back any longer.
I'm worried he's gonna like dump water on her or
Can I
something.
buy her whatever she wants? Honey, you can order whatever you want.
We're actually on a budget.
Yes, I got
We
it.
have some money. I just,
It doesn't matter. I'll pay for it. You know, you shouldn't.
I don't
I'm not
need you to
gonna-
get involved.
I'm not getting involved. I just want to buy whatever you want, okay, honey? Order whatever you want. Yes, order whatever you want from me. I apologize.
She's
I'm
just
not
a
trying-
foster child.
I understand. It's absolutely okay. You don't need to tell her she's a foster. It's okay. Get whatever you want, okay?
Thank you.
I got it.
He's doing some.
Angela leaves, and this
Safety
generous
check
man
just-
steps back
wonder
up
what his
and
job is.
offers even more.
As a matter of fact, go get yourself whatever you want, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. Do not.
I bet she's a cop.
Do not listen to what she's telling you, okay?
His daughter's filming it.
Get whatever you want.
Thank you.
If I can take you home with me, I will. It's okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we've got to thank him too
This guy.
for much more than just the money.
Hi there, sir.
Oh my God!
You know what would you do?
I've seen you guys like a million times.
Oh, what were you thinking?
I couldn't have her talking to her like that. It's just not right.
Oh my God.
Why are you so touched by this, honey?
Because my dad, he was feeling very bad for this girl.
Oh, baby.
Didn't surprise you that he stepped in, huh? What a wonderful example for your daughter.
I would never want anybody to feel like that.
You told her if I could take you home.
I would. All kids should have a happy home and people that love them.
You handed her a $50 bill.
That was for her to get whatever she wanted. If I had $1 in my pocket, that would have been my last dollar. I would have given it to her.
Okay. Well, like, I'm trying not to judge the ladies who walked away. You know, I do get the logic though, because they're trying to like they're trying to think ahead in that when, you know, the fake foster mom comes home, that she might abuse the daughter if like she gets called out in public like that. So I do get that logic, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, like, if you're recorded, and I'm sure they have them sign it before or afterwards or whatever to like agree to have your reaction posted on the show, I feel like it'd be like, I don't want my situation shown if you just dipped out. But you know, I like to think I wouldn't do that, but at the same time I get the logic as to why. And there are people with their face blurred out too, so I wonder what the kind of the logistics are of this show. But kind of one thing I do want to call out is you know, again, foster care system is decreasing, which is some good things in some ways, and there's some other reasons and not so good things in terms of the foster care system decreasing. So I want to, you know, kind of call that out too. And you know, one of them is, you know, the rate of abuse of foster parents abusing their children, whether it's physical or financial, it is fairly low. And there's a stereotype and stigma that, you know, foster kids, you know, might be being taken advantage of and have worse conditions. And while there is some issues certainly with that, it is fairly rare. It's like less than a few percent, or maybe 1% of foster parents are sort of proven to be abusing their children physically, specifically. But then again, it's hard to measure that, because how do you know a really realistic or authentic number of how many kids are being abused in the foster care system? Because how do you catch people and then prove it as well? So I want to call that out too, that is fairly rare. But what you have kind of going on here is this attachment injury, where, you know, you have, we form our attachments in our childhood, obviously, and how we are treated with our parents and sort of attached to people in our childhood impacts our adult relationships. And what you have here is this differential parental investment, which is the Cinderella effect, where you have like this, you know, stepmom treating the stepdaughter poorly, and the stepsisters as well. So, and then it's same thing with adopted children as well. So for adopted children, there's some research saying that parents may treat their adopted children with less kind of time or resources than their biological children, if there's both in that family. And there's also parents who will treat their adopted children better than the biological parent, because they have that sort of that desire to sort of kind of go above and beyond, because they know that child doesn't have that biological parent present in their life. So I want to name that as well. But yeah, I've been on a binge on the show recently, and it is like, you know, it makes me like paranoid when I go out in public, like, oh my gosh, like what if there's some scenario? But I think like its premise and its point is, you know, getting away from this bystander effect. Like the first guy was just totally unfazed, like, yeah, like this is, I would call it anybody. I was kind of worried that he would be like, you know, again, like, you know, kind of do something. But anyway, like, yeah, this is wild though. And that is all, folks. I appreciate you watching. I'm curious, what do you think you would do in that situation? It's hard to speculate, obviously. I like to think I'd be more like the first guy, but I don't think I could be so like stone cold about it. I don't know. I'd probably be a little more like nice about it at the same time, or a little more like diplomatic. I don't know. But I appreciate you watching. Let me know what you would do in the comments, and that's all. Toodles.